Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update from Health Knowledge. 9 reasons why sex is important for a man. While most women let emotional connection take precedence over a physical connection, for men sex is one of the many ways he shows love. Men and sex. Contrary to the popular belief that attributes men's hunger for sex as selfish, men look at sex as a path to reach mutual satisfaction, render pleasure and thrill to their partner and improve as a lover. However, the straight and crisp answer to how important is sex for a man is that sex is one of the most crucial reasons why men want to be in a relationship in the first place. It sounds shallow, but men are wired in a way that sex or the prospect of sex makes them attracted to a woman. Love comes into the picture well after the attraction episode. You might wonder why it is that men care so much about sex. Or why is sex so important to men? Women have wondered for years why this always proves to be one of the most important aspects of any relationship. Though sex matters to women at first, when they get comfortable in a relationship or when there are other things going on in the dynamic, then sex is often the first thing to go. In most cases, this will never happen for a man, and there are deeper reasons for this than you might expect. There is a multitude of reasons why sex in a marriage is so important to men, and why it always will be. Men need to have sex in a relationship because it shows strength. To understand the importance of sex in a marriage, you have to look at this from a male point of view, and that may be hard at times. Women need the romance, the passion, and the chemistry to tell her that the love is alive and going well. Women need to be loved and cherished, and this is often through verbal signs of affection. Men, on the other hand, are very straightforward and almost primal in their needs. The importance of sex for men is different than a woman's, as men need to have sex in a relationship because it shows strength and unity. Though sex may at times be just another chore for women, this will never be the case for men. Men need sex. This is how men see that the relationship is alive and strong, and when that is missing, he starts to panic. He needs sex to ensure that you are happy together and that you are both getting what you need out of the relationship with one another. Why is sex so important to men? Importance of sex for men lies in the fact that sex matters to men in any relationship. And now you can understand exactly why that is. Understanding the importance of sex can really ensure that you keep this as a priority to show him that you love him and care about your relationship. Here's why sex is important to men in a marriage. Sex is the way men connect. Relationships and sex are not mutually exclusive. If you want to know how men think about sex in a relationship, then think of it as the one thing that keeps you connected. No matter what else is going on or how far apart you may feel at times, sex is what unites you. It shows him that you make him a priority and that you will always care about how he feels. Why is sex so important in a relationship? It really is that important to him, and so when he sees that you are making sex in a relationship a priority, he will stay committed to you and know that you feel the same way about him. He needs this connection, for it's less about just physical intimacy and more about staying strong as a couple in a way that he really understands and appreciates. This is why sex is so important to men. Sex is a way to stay close. How important is sex to a healthy relationship? Even if you have a fight, you may use sex to reiterate that connection. In his mind, you are showing that you are close to one another when you are physical with one another. The importance of sex in marriage is paramount because it is a pathway to build an emotional intimacy too. This is your connection, this is your bond, and this is how you show that you love each other. The importance of sex in marriage cannot be undermined if you are looking at creating a lasting bond with your partner and enhance the happiness in your relationship. Sure, words are nice, but this very physical act helps him to see that things are good, that you understand the importance of sex for men, and that you are happy with one another. He needs that reassurance, and he needs to have sex in a relationship to show that you are a well-aligned couple. When the sex is good and it's present, then he can move forward knowing that he has a partner and that makes him happy. That should answer the question, why is sex so important to men? The importance of sex in a relationship to him means that there is a true bond present and it's alive and kicking. Sex is a way to unite. Sex in a relationship means that this is how you unite, even when everything else is stressful or you have a disagreement. You as a woman may not understand it, but if sex isn't present, then he's immediately concerned and knows that something is wrong. It helps him to see that everything is really okay and that he can look at you as a partner in the long term. The male ego is often tied to sex. A man's ego can be very fragile. The importance of sex in marriage cannot be underlined enough, as being able to sexually satisfy their spouse greatly panders to a man's ego. Why sex is important is because most often sex is tied to his ego, since that is what motivates him, keeps him going. Why men love sex? It is important for him to please his woman, and if she dismisses bedroom problems constantly, then he may take it very personally. If you have intimacy issues, talk about it, in a manner that won't hurt his ego, with him. Men do appreciate honesty as well. Men see sex as a liberation. Men wish women would take more of a carpe diem approach to sex. On the long list of our priorities, sex should not be on the bottom rung, says Dr. Schaefer. The importance of sex has always been primitive to most men. Men want women to make sex a priority. Sure, in a marriage, there could be loads of other important tasks and decisions to be made on a daily basis. But, for the health and longevity of the relationship, sex must always be prioritized. Why men need sex? Sex brings with it a plethora of health benefits. And if you consciously do that by scheduling sex, think of the other benefits that will enhance a man's overall well-being. Sex alleviates anxiety and stress, reduces blood pressure, promotes healing and bonding. Men love fantasies. Why is sex important in a relationship for both men and women? Men want to share their fantasies but worry their wives will shame or judge them. Encourage your man to speak his heart out to you. Why stick to the same old routine day after day? Ask him what excites him and then go with the flow. Instead of worrying about, why do men want sex so much, you can even reveal your own fantasies with him and open yourself to these possibilities. Men want to share their fantasies but fear that their wives will judge them. Men love sex for sex's sake. Why sex is important? The importance of sex for men is irreplaceable as it is a pleasurable act for both that significantly boosts intimacy between a couple. Why do men need sex? Men want their wives to enjoy raw sex, not just endure it or take it personally. For men, it's not about dominating a woman, but ravishing her. What's best, then? At times, enjoy some throw-me-down sex with your man. Men love praise. Men are no different from women when it comes to compliments. When you compliment your man, it boosts his sexual confidence. How important is sex in a relationship? Sexual bliss is a great booster in a relationship. When you are sexually satisfied, and you praise your partner for performing well between the sheets, you contribute hugely to their sense of self-worth, while also cementing your bond. That also goes on to answer the pertinent question, why men need sex and what makes a man good in bed. This praise can be showered before and after your intimate moments. Men are conditioned to constantly worry about things like size, performance, and the like. That's a lot of pressure on them. When you praise your man in bed, he will be willing to help you enjoy the experience as much as possible, even if it means sacrificing some of his own pleasure. However, when you share positive affirmations with him, it not only takes the pressure off but lets him know that you deeply love and care for him too. How important is intimacy in a relationship? To satiate the carnal desires of two individuals in a relationship, and display affection, couples need to underscore the importance of a physical relationship. Is sex important in a relationship? On how important is sex in a long-term relationship when there is none or limited sex in relationships, there could be other underlying relationship problems. So if you are in a long-term relationship, watch out for any signs of a dwindling sex life. No matter what else is going on, your man can look for sex in a relationship with you and know that he will always have that with you. This is how you remain united and bridge the gap even if there is a temporary setback. On how important is sex to a man in a relationship? He cares about you and he wants to show you that in a physical manner. Also, to cement emotional bonding with a man, it is crucial to understand and accept the importance of sex in a relationship. The importance of sex for men manifests in both the emotional and physical aspects of a relationship. That's how important is sex in a relationship, as sex is a demonstrative action for both physical and mental intimacy that you share with your spouse. This is how he does that, so remember the importance of sex for men and that sex will always be of great importance to your relationship. Consider this, there is an overweight guy who is watching TV. A commercial comes on for a guaranteed weight loss of 10 pounds in a week. So the guy, thinking what the hell, signs up for it. Next morning an incredibly beautiful woman is standing at his door in nothing but a pair of running shoes and a sign about her neck that reads, "If you can catch me, you can have me." As soon as he sees her, she takes off running. He tries to catch her, but is unable. This continues for a week, at the end of which, the man has lost 10 pounds. After this he tries the next weight loss plan, 15 pounds in a week. The next morning an even more beautiful woman is standing at the door, in similar conditions. The same happens with her as the first woman, except he almost catches her. This continues for a week, at the end of which he, as suspected, weighs 15 pounds less. Excited about this success, he decides to do the master program. Before he signs up, he is required to sign a waiver and is warned about the intensity of this plan. Still he signs up. The next morning, waiting at the door, is a hulking 300-pound muscle man with nothing but a pair of running shoes, a raging erection, and a sign around his neck that says, "If I catch you, you're mine." The man was supposed to lose 25 pounds in the week, he lost 34. Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update from Health Knowledge.